So we have our window here installed if you've been following along, and it's just ready to be trimmed out. But before we do that, we've got to add something that's called a jamb extension. Really basic carpentry task, but something that you really need to know because we do these all the time. Jamb extensions are exactly what they sound like. You're extending the jamb. So you can do jamb extensions on doors and windows, or just cased openings even. So this is your jamb right here. That's the component that is kind of the wide board that sits against the framing. And a lot of times it's too short. In this case, it was me not doing the proper math to include the siding on the outside. So that forced us to push this window outwards more, leaving the jamb short on the inside. I would always prefer to have the jamb extension on the interior side because it's an added piece, and if it's out in the elements, the weather, you know, it's not gonna fare well. So we're gonna put it on the inside. I highly recommend that. And our window's good. Like, this has been here. We had a hailstorm. It did good. It was raining sideways. Nothing came in here even without any weather stripping. I haven't weather stripped anything. We'll see how she holds up. Other update, I got the drywall patched up. We had this long cutout here so we could get our other king studs shoved up in there. And I got that complete. And then we kind of were pulling on this when we were installing the window and getting our framing in. So I popped some nails here, or screws, and then other scuff marks from stuff falling and hitting. Probably could have been a little bit more careful, but nevertheless, it's fine. I know how to do drywall work. And then we patched this up here. So you see my drywall here is protruding out past my jamb in my framing. When I lay my casing on it, obviously there's this voided space right here, you know, and I can't do it at an angle. That's just weird. So, you know, I gotta stay flush with the drywall so everything can look clean. So that's this gap right here essentially that needs to be filled. That's the jamb extension. So in this case, I got lucky because I can just use a piece of 3/4 and it makes it flush with my drywall. So we don't have to rip or plane anything down. And that essentially is my jamb extension. I'm extending that jamb to bring it out flush with the drywall so that my casing can sit flush with my window unit and with my drywall. That's exactly what we want to see. There's a couple ways you could do this with the jamb extension. You can install it flush like you see here. So just basically, you know, keeping all this smooth and in line. Or you can give it a little bit of an offset, like an 1/8 inch reveal, 1/4 inch reveal, and then you'll have another reveal on top of your casing as well. Either way, it looks fine. This looks more like a stair step to me, and I'd like the more cleaner look here. So I am going to sit it flush with my jamb. So when I paint this, you know, I'll sand this down. It does require a little bit more prep work, but as long as I keep it flush here, it's really not much. It's really just passing it with an orbital sander and then, you know, respraying this window. So yeah, that is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna have it flush, and this space right here is 1.5 inches. That's the width of the jamb. I'm gonna rip my extensions down to 1.25 inches because I don't wanna fight with all this foam, you know, trying to line it up here, because the main goal is for me to keep it smooth right here. It's gonna create less work for me. So we'll go rip down some strips and get this extension installed. And when I rip these extensions, I'm using offcuts of Windsor that I have here, and I'm keeping the factory edge on these because that's going to make it easier when I go to, you know, prep and paint this stuff. I've got a nice, smooth, clean edge there versus using the rip side that has, you know, the saw marks and would have to be joined or sanded to really look, you know, nice and finished. But that is one thing that I always do with extensions. I take that factory edge and put that out to be finished. All right, I can get both of my legs out of this one, and I can get my header out of that one. right, we have our 3 extension parts. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I feel like I did. Obviously we don't need one for the bottom because our stool and apron are gonna go there. But there's our header and 2 legs, and now we can take our 16 gauge finish nailer and get these installed. And here's how I do it. This is what I recommend. So we'll do our header first. And when you're installing these, the most crucial thing is what I was talking about earlier, making sure they're flush if you go with this flush look. If you go with the revealed look, well then you just need to follow the reveal mark that you set. Since I'm doing flush, like I said, here's what I do. I'll get flush on one side, so we'll start on this right side here, and I'm just feeling with my fingers, and I feel, okay, that's flush right there. So I'm gonna tack that in, like that, and then I work from one side to the other. So I'll start on this right side, and then work my way over. I don't wanna come over here and put a nail in right here, and then I'm trying to pull and pry on the middle section here to make it flush. You have a lot more leverage if you start on one side. Well, you see this is like a pivot right here, so I can work this over. So I'm flush here where I put my nail. I'm flush right here, and I'll put nails every 6 to 8 inches on these. And one thing you'll notice here is that I did not glue. If I had 2 surfaces that didn't, one has primer, one has paint. If I just had, say 2 finger joint surfaces, yeah, I probably would have put some glue, or just 2 raw wood surfaces, I would have done it too. But it's not gonna do a whole lot here. This is Benjamin Moore Scuff X. I don't think the glue is gonna penetrate through. That's a very heavy coat of it as well that I sprayed on here. So it's not really needed, and that's why I'm using these 16 gauge nails. If you have ever shot something with 16 gauge nail like this and then try to pry it off, it is extremely hard. So that's all we're doing here. We don't need any glue. So I'm flush here, just working it over. Feels like it needs to go up, and you can see I still got a pivot to my last nail. I've got my nail here, I can still wiggle around right here. So there's still room for fine adjustment. And just following along, using my thumb to flush it up, and I like that right there. So that is our first jamb extension on this window. So now that we have that first piece installed there, when we come with our casing, you can see now I can set my reveal here, my 1/4 inch reveal, and I'm flush with the back, or the back of my casing is flush with the drywall and the extension. So we kind of got lucky here that we just were able to rip this 3/4. Usually we're having to rip it like lengthwise and height-wise. So sometimes we have 5/8 extensions that we're doing. We have to rip that on the table saw. Thankfully, they're usually like 1 inch pieces, so they're real easy to rip. You don't really need a planer to plane them down because they're not ever gonna be seen, right? Except for that little reveal. So if you did have to rip these down, say we needed 5/8 extensions for this, well then I would rip this 3/4 to 5/8, and I would keep this finished factory face outside, facing out to the finished side, and the rip side would be against the window. So just a heads up on that. That's another thing that comes up. Now when it comes to our leg extensions here, it's gonna be the same exact thing. I'm gonna start though up here, right where I have my joint, where I'm gonna be joining up with my previous extension, because I want to push this up as much as possible. So I have a nice tight 90 right there. I'm not really worried about this. This doesn't have to be, face frame quality finish right here, because remember that is just gonna get the casing covered up over it. It's not that big of a deal. But I am worried about, again, being flush with my jamb. So again, gonna use my hands to feel this. It's really a lot of feeling in this, and make sure I'm flush. Okay, I like that right there. We're gonna shoot that. And then same thing, now we have a pivot point where we can micro adjust off of. So I like that right there. Super flush, and we're just gonna work it down. Need to push in a little bit right here. Pretty flush there. And then I like that right there. Then we'll go down here for good measure. this isn't going to be seen, but we still want everything to be as flush as possible. So I'll repeat that process on the other side. Nice. All right, guys. Well, that is jam extension installation. Nothing much to it. You know, this is one of those carpentry tasks where it's like, maybe it's not that exciting. Maybe you don't stand back and go, wow, that looks so beautiful. You know, it's just an extension of the jam. But it's one of those things that you do need to know. We do this so much when we're extending these things. They're one of the easiest tasks to do, but one of the most common things. So let me know if you guys have any questions about this. Drop them down below. But hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for watching. Next one, we'll be doing our ash stool right here. I believe that's what we're going to do. We're going to match this this one over here, 1.25 inches. She wants to put like plants on here and stuff. It should be really cool. I don't know how far we're going to bring it out. And it'll be lipped to go and be the stop for the casement sashes. But anyways, thank you again for watching these videos. We appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one.